What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. I'm going to be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today I have got Aaron Rucker's top 4 regional championship from the Oaks, Pennsylvania, or the Philly regional championships. His Metagross GX deck, Metagross and Solgaleo-GX both being featured here. So shout out to Aaron for finishing in the top 4 of this 800-player regional. Awesome stuff, and also for showcasing Metagross. Some of my friends and I had thought that maybe Metagross would be this deck that had kind of come full swing and actually ended up doing well at the Oaks, Pennsylvania Regional Championships. And the reason being is that it seems like it has a good Shrine matchup. I actually thought that some of these Shrine decks were kind of more or less unplayable because of Metagross GX, right? At first, but then, you know, Vika Ray kind of comes out. Vika Ray makes Metagross a little bit unplayable as well. So then, like, I thought that Vika Ray just had a fantastic Metagross matchup. So if Vika Ray can outrun and just totally destroy Metagross, then Metagross isn't that viable. And if Metagross isn't that viable, then, you know, usually the Shrine decks will kind of suffer because of that. So the format it didn't really feel like it was solved at the Philadelphia Regional Championships, even though, you know, Caleb Gettimer did win with that Buzzgarb Shrine deck. Still had a very strong showing. I don't think that it was a convincing kind of overhaul like it was at the Brazil Regional Championships. So this is actually kind of a tough starting hand here. We definitely like the Vulpix, but this deck does not play any sort of fan club, so this is actually not all that great. I think honestly, I don't know what I want here. I'm playing against this item lock deck. This is actually going to be kind of devastating because I think my opponent's going to start item locking me next turn, so that's really unfortunate. I think I don't know, judging my opponent would be pretty funny right now. I think that, like, we can't really Lillie in this hand, though I kind of want to. I think sure, let's just go ahead and let's Cynthia. I think Cynthia probably makes the most sense. Yeah, let's just get ourselves a Cynthia here. And I also think that I'm not playing against any, I don't think that my opponent is going to have any sort of like GXs. I think this is just this is just one of these kind of decks. Okay, so I am going to, I think, also just attach an energy just to get an energy down. I feel like I just kind of want one in case my opponent just starts item locking me, in case I need to attack with like Lele for a little while, honestly, just to kind of get things down. And this is good. I don't think that I'll be able to attack with that. I don't think that I'll be able to attack with that Solgaleo at all, but you never know. Maybe I want to do something like Dust Gathering as well. So we do get to have 2 Beldums into play, which is great. And then I can go search for 2 Metang. So that was a pretty ideal Cynthia there. I only have 1 Metang. Okay, so here I could Meteor Mash with this thing. This guy also resists me, so that's like a little bit rough as well. I think that, you know, we don't have any supporter in hand. I think we just get Metang and Metagross here. Pass to my opponent. I could get myself, I guess I probably could have got myself Lele as well, but oh well. We'll just get that next turn. Maybe if they don't item lock, they're definitely item locking me. So I probably just get a Lele there, but that's fine. We're just out here right now. I'm gonna beacon for a little while. Just try to get some Pokemon into our hands so that we can evolve some things up. Unfortunately, however, like I said, if this thing does item lock me here, I will not be able to play Rare Candy. So there's almost no point in like. There's like nothing else I can really search for. Like that's just it. About to get disconnected here, so that is wild. No more item cards from my hand. Now, I'm thinking that this deck might struggle a little bit against like the Buzzwole Shrine decks, but I mean, honestly, item lock, pretty crazy. Cool stuff. It's only got 80 hit points, so that is a thing. And I do suspect that I will just get item locked from here on out. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think that I just beacon again and kind of try to see, this thing's got a retreat of 1. I probably beacon again. I could like then also algorithm, and I think once I start to get set up, this thing does have just a lot of hit points, so that's a little bit frustrating. And, you know, once we kind of get going there, I also think that my opponent probably plays Shrine, and they do play Counter Crutcher and stuff like that, and they'll probably play like that Celebi, the Shining Celebi, which would allow them to which would allow them to use the disconnect with like the Luxio, or what is it? Luxray? Luxray, right? This is a Luxio. So they'd be able to use that with Luxray. I'm not going to Hala yet. I think I'm going to attach my energy here to Lele. And then I think I'm just going to beacon again. Sure, let's do that. And then I think I just want, I guess I, probably should have gotten that last turn. Let's just get a Lele too. And we can kind of just go from there. I guess I can do 10 more damage, I guess. Or I could also Anchor Shot, so like that could be good. Probably don't need another one of those. Maybe this guy could be good. I'm just pulling things out of the deck at this point because, and obviously we wanted that second Metang, but he's just not here right now, so that's not really an option. Let's just pull those guys out. That kind of seems fine. So, beacon one more time. Then we are going to start slamming away with Energy Drive while we eventually work our way up to, up to a Metagross. And maybe I'll eventually Algorithm or something. But, I mean, honestly, not super in a hurry to even put the Metagross down since I'm sure that, like, my opponent does play Shrine. And right now, my opponent is only, okay, maybe they don't play Shrine. They have their own Lele, so maybe they're just trying to item lock. But if they are just trying to item lock, seems a little bit underwhelming. They're only doing 30 damage a turn max, so that's just not a whole lot. And they're going to judge me, so that's fine. Knock out my Vulpix, judge me, and go from there. So they're going to have themselves, there it is, the Luxray. Oh, I wanted to see him, wanted to read him real quick. Let's see. All right, here he is. Intimidating Fang. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon do 30 less damage with attacks. I actually didn't even know that was a thing. And then Bolt. Discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon. Does 150 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So they do have the Shining Celebi. Oh, check that out. Time recall. Each year evolve Pokemon use any attack for its previous evolution. So now we are kind of in a little bit of a bummer situation. But that's okay. I can just go up with my Lele here and start swinging away. I think that I actually want to knock out, I think I want to knock out that Shining Celebi and then hope that like they can't do anything about it. So that's probably my goal here. This Cosmog's not going to do anything. So I think I'm just going to attach to my Lele one time, and then I'm going to Guzma up. Yeah, we just going for the long haul here. So you can just go ahead, my dude. Yep, that's fine. And then next turn, I'm going to Guzma up and hit into this Shining Celebi. And I don't know, we're going to try for that. And hopefully I don't get Volt-Bolted. That would be insane. I imagine that my opponent kind of is building up a Volt-Bolt eventually, which is just going to be disastrous. But I don't know. I don't know what more I could do. I mean, I guess I should have kind of gotten that Lele off of that initial beacon. But I mean, doesn't really matter. I wasn't going to be able to evolve anything or play any items. I kind of was just sitting there wanting to evolve up through my Metang into a Metagross. So my opponent's got plenty of these guys in play. I actually disagree with spreading all this energy around. I think my opponent should probably try to build up a Volt-Bolt, but they seem very committed to this strategy here. So let's try to Guzma up the Celebi. Let's see if we can bamboozle him a little bit and see what we can do. I think yeah, there's no real point in benching that unless like I think that let's Energy Drive. Unless I think that, I don't know, my opponent isn't going to do their thing next turn. We have a Metagross, so that's very good. I can retreat and then Algorithm, so that could be a cool thing we do. Can also smack this Luxray for a lot. And, oh, we see Counter Energy is how they're going to do it. Okay, so I was going to say they should be working towards a Volt-Bolt, but I guess that's, yikes, they're doing it with Counter Energies. This seems kind of stressful. Honestly, I don't really know if poor Metagross can beat this deck. I have not prepared for this at all. No, and they do just have the backup Shining Celebi, no problem. They weren't going to let that affect them at all. So that is fascinating. Very good. Okay, so we can hit them for 2, 4, 6, 8. They're at 5-5, so they can't actually knock me out with that counter energy yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I could do 12. I think I probably try to just go in with Metagross at this point, which seems like for the best. Yeah, so let's do that. And then I don't know. I could also poke them first, and that seems kind of good. So I think if I poke them first, that makes them weaker, and then I can like eventually knock them out with Metagross, because that nasty metal resistance means that Metagross is not going to be knocking this guy out at all. So I kind of need to poke him first. So I think I will just, sure, let's just energy drive. And we're not doing any, oh, not only the metal resistance, but also that intimidating fang. Oh my gosh, I'm doing like minus 50 to these things. I'm two-shot, I can't beat this deck. I am two-shotting Luxrays. That just seems absolutely horrendous. And then they're going to be doing like 150 damage to me. So I think I just eventually need to knock these, and they have their counter energies like ready to go. They're ready to blow some things up with that Bolt, which is just absolutely insane. And I'm not prepared for this in the slightest. So they're just gonna kind of whittle away at my Tapu Lele until I'm ready to do the thing. Let's see. I think I want to soften this guy up too. I need to energy drive like all of these things. I cannot let any of them have 150 hit points, or else it's just going to be purely disastrous. So we need to do this. We kind of need to soften them all up. But I think here, like, my opponent probably is going to be tired of my stuff. They're probably going to retreat, and they're going to Bolt my Lele and just knock it out and take 2 prizes. However, that does make it so that it is, you know what I mean? They are not going to be using the counter energy if they're actually in the lead. So that is a thing as well. And yeah, they are going to get the attack here. That's rough. I don't really think I could just win. I think it's impossible for me to win at this point, which is kind of, and yeah, okay, so the counter energy, right, it didn't count as lightning because they're not behind, so that's cool. They get to keep their counter energy on them, and then I'm going to sit here and kind of do nothing, so that's cool. Let's, oh, I can use my items now, which is beautiful because this turn I probably am not going to get anything into play. But that's cool. That's fine. I can Rescue Stretcher for the Lele, actually, and go and hope I just get Rare Candy and Vika. So I should have had this Beldum down a lot, or Rare Candy and Metagross. I should have had this Beldum down a long time ago. But that's fine. That's just the way it happens sometimes. I have the Cosmog down, so we just got to hope for like a super killer. Let's fail both of these. I gotta hope for a super killer Lele here, and just hope that I get everything that I want off of this. Let's see, put a Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. Let's get that Lele, and this has just got to be an all-star. I guess Lillie is the technically correct supporter to get here. I have not used my thing yet. Yeah, we got a Lillie. I can't Stevens. Oh, sad day. I cannot Stevens. All right, so we're gonna Lillie, and we're gonna hope that we get Rare Candy and a Metagross, or Rare Candy and something. We did not. We got nothing. Okay, so that is bad. Very, very bad. We needed something there. So we got nothing. Nothing at all. Why? Okay, so that's fine. We can just put a Choice Band, sure, onto this guy. It's not really going to make too much of a difference. Then let's just go ahead and also Geotech Systems. We're going to put an energy onto the active here. And then I think that we're going to give it a good old Algorithm GX. Okay, so going to do that. Algorithm, great. And we're going to go get 5 cards. We're going to hope my opponent doesn't judge me. At this point, like, what difference does it make? I mean, I could have Max Potion that little Cosmog. That didn't really seem like it was going to do anything. Let's just go and we get ourselves a couple Rare Candies. We know it's not going to do anything. I have Stevens Resolve in my hand. We probably get ourselves an energy too. Judge, maybe. At this point, like, I don't really think that any of this really matters. Just all feels kind of pointless. I actually kind of need some Guzma action too. Let's get a Guzma. And then 14 seconds remaining. All right, Guzma, let's get like 1 Rare Candy. Let's get like another Guzma. All right, done. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves like a couple Guzmas in my hand, like an energy, some things, and we're going to try and just like wear this game down as much as we can. And, you know, we got some Max Potion. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if they're not playing Shrine of Punishment, this is doing almost, oh, they play Weakness Policy. That's interesting. So that's their answer to the Buzzwoles. That was their thought. Okay, they've got Weakness Policy. Nice Secret Rare Weakness Policy in there. And yeah, okay, so I'm getting Judge. They play like a lot of Judges at this point. Judge was, they only have 1 Judge in the discard pile, 2 Judges in the discard pile now. So Judge was very good at the, Oaks, Pennsylvania Regional Championship was a very good card for sure. And they're just going to start disconnecting. And, you know, definitely was a game-breaking card. So let's see here. My opponent's got 4 cards in hand. I got 4 cards in hand. feel like I just cracked this guy for like 70 damage. Oh yeah, so that's kind of cool. All right, and then we're going to Lillie here, draw a couple cards. Don't really think that there was any point in judging quite yet. Let's just, do we actually Geotech System another energy onto my, actually, now that I'm like looking at it, I think I should have probably attached the, yeah, let's Geotech System. We put another one on, actually. That's just what we do for sure. And then that way I have like an easier time retreating. So let's, yeah, let's Giga Hammer and just smack this thing. Yep. Cool. So we're out here. We're doing some damage. 110 with the resistance. Does that ability, did that not work? As long as this is your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is have to do 30 less damage. Do I have Dhelmise on my bench? I do. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so I did base 160, and then it did minus 50. Yeah, so 110 is the correct number there. I was just expecting to do a little bit less, but that's cool. I have like 3 of their Lux Rays heavily damaged now, so I think I just need to kind of finish them off with Lele. Though they could do something, you know, kind of hurtful, and, you know, they could Volt Bolt again, but Volt Bolt should be relatively difficult for them to stream at this point. They need to hit, like, another Lightning Energy. They can Volt Bolt. They're not knocking anything out with Volt Bolt, nothing significant anyways. And then if they do Volt Bolt, they're, like, really opening things up for me to get more Metagross into play, for me to play more healing cards. So I think that's something they don't want to do. I think that they're going to save that for, like, you know, extreme situations. So I think it would be very good if I ripped that Metang off my prizes. That being said, it would also be very good for me to knock out another one of these guys. I only have so many Guzmas, so I feel like I could attach here Guzma. Sure, let's Guzma. We're going to Guzma bring up the Lele. So I'm going to do that, and we're just going to take 2 prizes. And my hope here is that I just, you know, grip the, let's retreat here. My hope here is that I just grip the, now again, I should have Geoteched onto the Lele while the Lele was in the active. So that's kind of like a weird thing that I could have done. But that's fine. I mean, I don't really care. Having another energy on the Metagross is like fine. You know, it's fine. All right, we're fine here. Yep, because eventually we're going to end up retreating this Haas. So I don't really care. So that's fine. We only got one of these things in play. That's all good. Let's go get 2 prizes. Hopefully one of them's a Metang. There's Metang. Okay, so potentially saved here. And yes, Metagross does look very odd with 5 energy on it. But I promise it's fine right now. It's not a problem. They can't actually like knock me out with the Volt Bolt, so I think I'm like kind of cool right now. And then the Metang is very good too, so I can start to get another one of these added up. So like I said, yep, knew my opponent, yes, was going to be doing a, I knew that they were going to, I don't know, disconnect, whatever. I knew I was going to have to retreat this guy. So there's Metang. I don't have Guzma in hand. I can retreat and then actually pop this thing with my Lele a little bit. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's attach here, and then I think I might Judge first. My opponent's got a pretty sizable hand, though. I think that maybe I save it for a little bit later in the game. Let's Cynthia first. I mean, my opponent's only got 9 cards left in deck. They don't actually have a lot going on. So this is actually a pretty good hand for me to have. So I'm going to retreat into Lele here. And then, yep, my Metagross still got 2 energy on it. So let's Geotech System. We'll put the Psychic onto the Lele. You never know. Maybe I want a Tapu Cure or something like that. And then let's hit this guy with some, with some sauce there. 60 damage. Very good. Now, if my opponent, doesn't retreat or anything, they're kind of just like uselessly like kind of poking around. They could go in with another lightning energy though, and I guess at this point they do 150. 150 plus 90, still short. So they are still 10 damage short on this guy, which is really bad for them. They could go in though and knock out my, my Lele now though. So that's bad. I think I want to Guzma up and knock out their most healthy. Yeah, I think I want to knock out one of these guys. That seems fine. So let's do that. I mean, at this point, they can Volt Bolt my Lele. If they Volt Bolt my Lele, I can heal and like just get tons of guys into play. So I'm going to try and do that. Actually, I'm not knocking this out, so I don't really know what I'm thinking. Oh, yes, I am. I'm doing 110. I was like, I was like, I'm only doing 70? No, that's what my Lele or somebody else did 70. I forget who did 70. I think it was my Lele. Yeah, my Lele did 70 damage to them, so that's good. Down to 2 prizes remaining. I'm in the lead now, so that's scary, though, because now they can pop off with Volt Bolts, and I don't want them to do that. So that is kind of the major concern here. Okay, so they're going to counter catcher. They want to bring this thing up. They're going to go down to 2 prizes, and they're disconnecting. They're kind of saving up for a finale, right? They want a finale. I need a judge. At this point, this is not good for me. If they Volt Bolt my active, they're at 2 prizes, so their counter energies don't work. If I take a prize, then their counter energies do work. Let's promote this guy for now. I think that the Lele is the game-losing card for me right now. Like, that is a major yikes. I can't get my other Lele. Is my other Lele in the deck? It's not. If I get my other Lele out, I can actually go heal, which is cool, but I don't think that actually makes too much of a difference. Let's just, let's Hala, and see what we can do here. We got ourselves another Lele, so I could retreat into Lele, but it doesn't really, it kind of just delays the inevitable. It doesn't really solve anything here. I could retreat into Lele, and then I can't Tapu Lele GX. I don't know why I'm thinking. I've already algorithmed. I just played Hala. Duh. So I think just that's a losing play. If they just, you know what, I think, yeah, they just got me kind of stuck. Let's retreat. Okay, yeah, they just got me stuck. I needed an extra second to think about that, but I think at this point, like, honestly, I don't even really mind passing. I just don't think that, you know, I think that they could just win with that. Yeah, the Volt Bolt. I didn't have any way to keep them from being able to Volt Bolt that Lele for game. So that was just a tough, grindy matchup. And obviously, I've never played that matchup before. So that was, like, very close. I felt like I had a chance there in the middle. It's just things kind of escalated quickly and got out of hand there right at the end. So we'll roll another one with the Metagross deck, see if we can play against something that maybe I know what I'm doing against. So that was a wild one. A little bit of Luxray there, so that's pretty nuts. And shout out to my opponent for a very cool Luxray list. I've never seen anything like that, so super, super sweet. We're going to go first this time, see what we can do here, and see if we can get set up, and see if we can actually play some items, have a little fun. This is a pretty good starting hand. I definitely think so. We've got Beldum in the active. I guess I could start Cosmog and then like Dust Gathering, but honestly, I think, yeah, the Beldum's probably for the best. And then we're probably going to end up wanting to get, you know, in early Metagross. We've already got the Metagross in hand. And the cool thing about this hand is that we're just going to go get Lillie. Looks like we are playing against a Vika Ray deck. Very cool. Shout out to Vika Ray. Love this deck. Awesome deck. Super cool stuff. I think it's very good. And this is going to be a very good hand for Lillie myself. Actually, I don't want the Cynthia. So we're actually think going to just play around the Cynthia altogether. I don't know. Like I just feel like a turn two Metagross is like too good, right? Like in my opinion. So I think I'm just gonna go here and here. I don't really think that really makes too much of a difference, this Dhelmise here. So let's do that. Let's get ourselves a Lele and just go for turn 1 Lillie here and see how that goes. So I guess I'm not drawing like a ton of cards off this Lillie, but I guess that just goes to show like how much I don't trust stage 2 decks. I'm like, I got Rare Candy in my hand. I'm keeping it. I'm not gonna go Cynthia and just who knows what happens after you Cynthia. You know, you might Cynthia into nothing. So at least this way I guarantee myself supporters for 2 turns. So I don't feel bad about this at all. I'm gonna get a turn 2 Metagross. I wish that I'd gotten myself another energy in my opening hand. I wish that I'd Lillied into another energy. So that's very, you know, that would have been very good. But I am going to get a turn 2 algorithm, which is awesome. And I'm going to get myself a, you know, and a turn 2 Metang. So a turn 2 Metagross, turn 2 Metang, and then I also have a supporter for turn as well. I could get more. So maybe we're not playing against Vika Ray. Maybe this is just Bulu. Yep, and by the nest balls, it's looking like this is probably just straight Bulu, which actually, I was thinking that Vika Ray was going to be a pretty bad matchup, and I think that it is a bad matchup. But Bulu, this should be just absolutely easy, which is awesome for me because I should just do fine. However, the Aether Paradise, now that I'm thinking about it, Aether Paradise could be a little sketchy, but oh yeah, we've got Solgaleo. We're cool. We're knocking these guys out, no problem. So let's go get myself Metagross GX into the active. Cool. Metang. Cool. And then let's go and we'll put the Choice Band on the benched guy. I don't think my opponent's probably playing any Field Blower. It's just my opinion, but we'll see. And then we got Cynthia here. Maybe we get an energy or two. Yeah, that's cool. We actually got ourselves a whole one of these guys as well. So I don't think, Max Potion actually is kind of good in this matchup. So the Max Potion's good. The Hala is going to be good after I do this thing. So I actually don't know if my opponent plays Judge or Cosmog. So I'm actually going to take my opportunity to just go do this guy like right now. So let's go get the Solgaleo, and I could Soul Burst GX. How cool would that be, right? But I think I'd rather like set up a little bit better. So let's do that, and then that's cool. So I could just Sunsteel Strike all these guys. That's gonna be nuts. So let's setting up is better. So let's do this, and then let's Geotech Systems, and we're gonna put a second one onto the active there. And then, yeah, let's go to town. Algorithm GX, if they shuffle me, they shuffle me. Oh, well. We're going to get ourselves a Nest Ball at least to go get another one of these guys out. Going to get ourselves another energy as well, just because we want to get an attack off. Let's see, did I not attach? I did not attach the Choice Band. We're going to get ourselves a Guzma, just in case we want to Guzma something. We're going to get ourselves another Metagross. Actually, I think I want we're gonna get ourselves another Metagross as well, and then also actually let's get ourselves two energy and maybe an Ultra Ball. Sure, that actually feels good because then I could discard another energy if I wanted to, just so that I can accelerate them. So that's fine. Done. Okay, we're doing that, and that way I can discard some energy, I can accelerate them, all that. I have some options that I can do here. I'm gonna have two Metagross into play. It's gonna be fantastic. So that is cool stuff. I have the Lele, so I do have a Guzma target. I can attach. Oh, my opponent just scoops it up. They're like, yeah, no, you're good to go there, sir. And I'm like, yeah, I see that. Metagross pretty dope. All right, let's go in here with another game. See if we can get ourselves a real game here on PTCGO. This be the struggle sometimes. You're just out here looking for a good match. Not that my first game wasn't a real game. That was a real game. That was also a real butt kicking. So I'm not really trying to have that be the showcase game for the Metagross GX deck. I'm trying to give it maybe a little bit more of a maybe a metagame showcase, something like that, where we play against a deck that was maybe prominent at Philadelphia or something. But who knows? You never know what you're gonna get on PTCGO. It's like, that's just life. You never know what you're going to get. So we win the coin flip. Going to be going first here, which is great for Metagross. Stage 2 decks love going first. It's ideal, fantastic. All right, and I am kind of missing Fan Club in this deck. I kind of wish that we had Fan Club. I think that Fan Club would be cool, but I get it. You don't really need it if you're playing. Oh no, why do we start the Lele and then... otherwise, this is a fantastic hand. I just wish that we had a Beldum. This hand would be even better if we got to start Lele and go from there. Oh, we might be playing a mirror. That's so fun. So, all right, looks like we were playing a mirror match. Very cool. Let's just go set up and be a boss and get all these guys into play. So we're going to need multiple Metagross and multiple Solgaleo here. So let's get Beldum. Let's get another Beldum. Very cool. And then I think that we might just go Lele for Lillie. I think that probably seems really good. So let's get Beldum. And then you just don't want to get judged, right? So I think we Ultra Ball away. We can Ultra Ball away that and that. I actually can't Ultra Ball my whole hand away, so we can't do everything that we want to do. Let's Ultra Ball away these. And then I think I just am greedy for a turn 1 Lillie. I don't know why. I think I probably should have just Cynthia there, but I want it. All right, we want the turn 1 Lillie. I'm just going for it. So we're going to do that. We're going to Lele. Yeah. We're going to get ourselves a supporter. Yup. And we're going to get ourselves a Lillie. Yup. I don't know. Drawing 7 just seems really good. Also saving I guess I'm not saving Cynthia. I discarded Cynthia. Who am I kidding? But, you know, whatever. All right, so we'll go in, put an energy on the Lele. Seems fine. Lillie for 7. Get an aggressive draw here to start the game. Fantastic. Okay, so there we go. Got ourselves another, yeah, we want one of those guys. And then at this point, I'm kind of not having a supporter in my hand. So, and we also used our second Lele. So maybe we should have treaded a little bit more carefully. I thought that like off the Lily for sure I would get myself a rare candy Metagross situation, but we did not. So maybe I should, but I can't beacon. So if I have to beacon, I'll beacon next turn. I'm not going to fill that last bench slot yet. We're just going to wait. Done. Pass to my opponent. I can't always go Ultra Ball. I mean, we can slow-mo this. Like I can go Ultra Ball for a Metang and then kind of just hit my opponent. Also, if they don't get a, you know, oh gosh, if I just get an energy, I could just pop this Cosmog. Unless they retreat. They're probably trying to retreat into Vulpix this turn, which is like probably their ideal turn. They're going to scoop too. They didn't get any basics. They're like, you're going to knock me out with that Lele. Little did they know I didn't have anything, so that's fine. All right, on to game 4. Let's see if we, but we're cool. We've won 2 in a row, you know, 2-0 with the Metagross deck. That first game was a little bit, oh my gosh, check this out, guys. So Natalie got this for me at the Oaks, Pennsylvania Regional Championships. I love this thing. This thing is incredible. Look at him. He's Zapdos. He's got a little beanie body. I don't know. He's like got, you know, beans inside of him. Anyways, this is like, I'm not super into plushes or anything. I don't have a lot of them, but this is the coolest one that I've ever seen. So shout out to Natalie for getting me this awesome thing from the prize wall. Love it. He's sitting here on my desk. Very cool. Love Zapdos. Zapdos is a super dope Pokemon. He's pretty much the coolest. All right, so we've got this Metagross. And I actually, and look, you can see there's Stevens in the background there. Stevens in the background. Pretty cool. I don't actually know how good that Metagross is going to end up being. Like, I guess, I feel like if you have like a setup where you already have that Metagross in play, like, aren't you already kind of winning? But I guess you do want some sort of, actually, I think you just, oh, this thing seems perfect, actually, against the, oh, that should be incredible against like Shrine decks. You could probably just go in with like Meteor Mash and you could just do that forever. Also, it's like kind of a nice Hoopa counter, right? So you just go in. If you happen to play against a Hoopa deck, you can just Meteor Mash and just go from there. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like that actually. And we are playing against, oh, this deck feels bad, but we'll see how it goes. This deck feels like a bad matchup for sure, for surely. Let's see how it goes, though. So we do not have Vulpix, but it's okay. I'll get a Beldum here. And end up attaching an energy to my active, and then I think I kind of just have to Hala. This Dhelmise seems good, but is horrible because of the... Yes, I've played this before. This is just a bad matchup. I don't think that there's anything that I really like here. All right, that's fine. And I can't Dusk Gathering yet, so yeah, we're just going to go ahead and pass to my opponent. So Buzzwole, Weavile. I wonder if they're playing Caleb's Buzzwole, Weavile, Garbodor deck, or if they're just playing straight Buzzwole, Weavile. I think either way, this matchup seems a little bit sketchy. The Garbodor version seems like a good matchup, where this one, I'm a little skeptical. I don't really know. Though I could see myself going in with that Meteor Mash guy. Like, that could actually be pretty good. Doing 60, and you're only doing 60 first, but then you're doing 120, 120, 120. Until they Guzma, you know, if they Guzma and they reset you, that's a little bit annoying as well. So they're doing a little 30 damage there. All right, they get a little hit in. I think that we have to Lillie, unfortunately. So, let's see what we get. I don't think I can really afford to Judge here, so let's just attach that. Lillie for 3. Okay, I see it. So I think at this point I kind of have to Ultra Ball away Judge and Lele. That seems fine. Let's Ultra Ball those away. Get myself a Metang. I think that's like the only way out here is to just get myself a GX, and then I like kind of have to algorithm. So I think I just let the Cosmog get knocked out, unfortunately, but that's fine. I think I'll just Dusk Gathering for 1, and then you know, we get ourselves a card. That's cool. And then next turn we'll either go in with Algorithm GX. I guess Algorithm GX seems fine. I actually could knock out this Buzzwole as well, but that kind of seems a little bit brutal. Weavile is actually not really doing anything to me so long as I don't have a Pokemon with abilities in play. So I wonder what you actually do here. Do I just get the non-GX Metagross out? That actually seems kind of cool because then I can Stevens, right? And I'm just kind of plugging away forever, just doing like 60 damage. But then I also kind of have to worry about the fact that I'm only doing 120, which isn't enough to knock out. Oh, but I can get out. Oh, I have to get out the Dhelmise. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, thanks guys for being patient with me. I figured out the the secret to beating these decks, and I fully understand why the other man, I understand why the non-GX guy is included now. He actually is really good against these non-GX decks. They're really good against the Shrine decks with the Dhelmise. So I get it. You get both of them into play, and you just profit, and you go from there. So I think that we just do... I feel like getting one GX into play isn't the worst idea. It actually would allow us to kind of set up our board. And I have the GX right here, and I would just feel really silly if I missed. So I feel like I kind of have to go in with him. And then I'll just start setting up another non-GX eventually is kind of where we're headed. Okay, and that's good. So I feel like here we just get that. And then we kind of just algorithm. Like I think probably Geotech Systems for the one time. There we go, get that into play. And then let's algorithm GX, get a bunch of other stuff going on. I could knock out that Buzzwole. No point in doing that yet. Slow and steady wins the race. So let's go do that. Let's get that man back out. So we're going to get that sweaty gross there. We're going to want this guy eventually too. Though I can get him with Nest Ball. So I think I'd probably get myself a Nest Ball. I probably want some Max Potion action going on. And then I probably I want as few abilities in play as possible. I think like eventually I can Stevens Resolve. Ooh, I like that because I'll have the other guy in the active position. And then I can kind of just go from there. And then I also kind of want, let's see, we've got ourselves Nest Ball. Let's get ourselves a couple. Oh, what else did I put in there? Nest Ball, Stevens Resolve, Max Potion, Nest Ball. 1, 2, 3, Max Potion. I don't think we want that. I think we just want another Nest Ball. Yep. Oh, no, it's cool. Yeah, we do want the Max Potion. There we go. Okay, so we've got it. These are all the cards I wanted, I think. I don't know. Double Nest Ball, Max Potion, Stevens Resolve, Metagross. That all seems good. So we're going to get these things into play, and the Stevens Resolve will kind of just allow us to get whatever we want, so that's good. I love Stevens Resolve in this format. We're really going to be able to kind of, just stack our hand, which is fantastic. And from what I've seen, these Buzzwole Shrine decks don't really play... Oh, no. Don't do that. Is this a beast? Tell me it's not a beast. Oh, it's a beast. Stop it. Stop it. So that's kind of ugly. We didn't want that to happen, but that's fine. I'll just go Nest Ball for some more, and then we're gonna knock out this one with the Beast Energy because he's scary. So that's actually totally fine. So that's just gonna take a turn longer than I thought it was. Now let's go get ourselves another Beldum, and then let's get ourselves another Beldum. We're gonna need like at least 2 of these things. Very good. And then I guess, maybe we eventually need a Rescue Stretcher. So that's all good. It's fine. I'm going to attach an energy to one of these things. And then we're just going to knock out the active. I guess I might as well put the Choice Band on too, because I know my opponent does not play any sort of, they don't play any GXs. So we're just going to get that thing out of our hand, just in case my opponent does actually, do something crazy like judge me, then I'll just have that out the way. So this is cool. Now, at this point, we still have Rare Candy Metagross going on, and then I can still Stevens Resolve and then hit with Meteor Mash. Now, unfortunately, Meteor Mash is not actually doing any sort of knockout damage anywhere for this first turn, but that's fine. We've got Max Potion, so we can kind of glance off a hit and go from there. They are getting the Dream Team set up, though. They are getting the Magcargo out with the Oranguru, and that makes things a little bit more scary, right? And definitely when they have both those out, they're just going to be stacking their hand to get whatever in the world they want every turn. That's not what we want. So let's Rare Candy, get this guy out. Very cool. I can't really knock him out this turn. I think I wanted this guy. And I could have retreated and knocked him out with that Metagross, I guess. I think eventually we want to just start Meteor matching, though. Like, I think that's, like, just the ideal situation. So I think we just retreat here. And then I don't need a Geotech at all. onto him. So I think I let him take a little bit more damage before I actually end up max potioning. He's got a retreat of 4. Whoa, I mean, once he gets up here, it seems like he kind of stays up there forever. Let's meteor. Let's get this thing. Okay, so we want ourselves another Metagross. We want ourselves another rare candy, and we want ourselves another. Do we have a Guzma? No, we want ourselves a Guzma as well. All right, we want kind of all those things. Very good. And then we'll kind of go from there. That sounds good. So let's get ourselves those, and then I think we just. I don't really. I guess I can rare candy this turn. So that's 3. I guess I have 3 abilities in play now. So that's kind of sketchy. So I have to hope that like my opponent doesn't like. 150. I guess they don't really have a knockout here on the Metagross yet. I think 3 abilities is like safe. I don't want any more than 3, and these feel like the correct 3 to have. So let's attach 1 energy to my clean Metagross here, and then let's just Meteor Mash for 60. So that's cool. So we're gonna do that. Next turn we're doing 120. I don't really want to get my. I guess my Dhelmise like would be good. Maybe you just set up a board with like Metagross Dhelmise, like 1 Metagross GX, 1 Dhelmise, and kind of just go from there. To be honest, like I said, this is all just like I'm winging it. I've never played this matchup before, so we're still trying to figure it out. It feels like I should be okay, but they are going to get to they're going to get to Sledgehammer, and I don't like that. But I do have lots of options for healing and so on and so forth. We should be cool. I think I kind of want to sit up here and Meteor Mash a little while, but I don't want to get this thing Sledgehammered either. He's not going to get knocked out by Sledgehammer. I do know that. So let's see. It does 50 damage. Now it feels bad because so actually like we probably timed this incorrectly because now I'm looking like okay, he's got it's not great, right? If they have Guzma in hand, then they are going to be able to Sledgehammer this Metagross. That's like the last thing I want is for them to Sledgehammer that Metagross. Though I can go knock out that Weavile, which feels pretty good. I can also knock out the Diancie, which feels very good as well. So I think we probably take the Diancie this turn and just go from there. Yeah, let's Guzma. Actually, the Guzma and the Macargo feels good too, but I'm going to take the Diancie. All right, we're going to take our opportunity to take out the Diancie. So we're going to do that. We're going to Geotech Systems. My opponent has not seen a Shrine yet, which is making this matchup like way better for me, because where in the world are their Shrines at? Like they have to play them, right? So that just seems crazy. But yeah, we're going to do this. And then I think that, oh, I shouldn't have attached return. I should have just accelerated both of them and attached. It's fine. We're out here doing the thing. Okay, so that's cool. Let's just hit this thing and let's go from there. So obviously I'm a little rusty with Metagross. You get it, right? But I'm a little rusty with Metagross. I haven't actually spent a lot of time playing this. So some of like the movements and stuff that the deck makes and like where you attach your energies, like kind of like just general stuff that you have to get right, I'm kind of not super familiar with. So there's their Shrine. Now the matchup is going to start accelerating a little bit. I did take out the Diancie, which is good. You kind of want to generally take that out as much as you can before your opponent starts, kind of slugging away with their, before they start slugging away with the Sledgehammer. This turn here is actually really essential. Like you need to take a prize this turn. There's no exceptions here. I actually don't mind them taking this GX at all. That actually feels kind of fine and might actually help me kind of win the game by them kind of taking this out. I think that I actually feel fine about that route for myself, but I do need to take a prize this turn. So we are going to go in with our Metagross here, and we are going to, knock out the Weavile. That's cool. And then, we'll have a situation where we have 3 Pokemon in play, and we want to just have the Metagross, we want to have the Dhelmise, and kind of go from there. So that's kind of like what we're thinking. So the Weavile version of this deck is just so sketchy for this thing to beat. So let's see here. We have a Rescue Stretcher. That's good. Okay, so I feel like we probably want to pick up a... I don't actually know if we pick up a Beldum because they're gonna have 2 prizes remaining. So let's just save my hand here with Max Potion and all that. Let's just let's just Giga Hammer for knockout. So you see the timer. Like, I would love to sit here and think about my turns a little bit more. I just can't because the timer. So we kind of just have to go. I think maybe, you know, now that I've got them off their Sledgehammer turn, I think this Metagross is more or less safe, which is cool. So that's good. I also, like, desperately do not want them. Oh, that's only 70 hit points. That's fine. I actually can knock that out with a Meteor Mash if I go get myself Dhelmise. So I desperately don't want them to evolve that Sneasel this turn. But they're going for the Rescue Stretcher. Maybe they are just going to evolve it. I really don't want them to, because obviously it would be very good if I could Meteor Mash that thing for 70 and just like clear it off the board. I should have all my Max Potions left in deck, so I do. So like this is something that I have kind of in my favor here, and eventually I just need to get the Metagross into the active position and just trade favorably. Like, that's where we need to go from here on out for the rest of the game. I've set myself up to where I have just a lot of healing cards. They shouldn't be doing a lot of damage to me anymore, and I should kind of be able to just create this kind of end game scenario that is very good for me. But it might get sketchy. Okay, so we do have the Guzma play. This thing has 90 damage on it. They can't do 150 to it, so I should be cool. I think I just take my Guzma here and do it. So I think Ultra Ball, and I think I like that. Creates kind of a sketchy situation for my opponent, but we do have 3 abilities in play at that point, which means that, oh, that is just a little bit sketchy, but that's fine, because we'll heal this Metagross the following turn. So I think we just do that. We Guzma up that thing, and we Meteor Mash, and now we just have a chance to potentially Meteor Mash kind of from here on out. So I think that we just do that. That feels good. I don't think that I Max Potion yet. I think I'm going to save that Max Potion for the active. So let's just do this. Meteor Mash, good. And we have 70, so now we have 2 prizes left to take. My opponent's kind of on the clock because and there's another Steven's Resolve, so that's like really good for me. I can just go stack Max Potions and kind of just get myself everything that I need, I think. I could get kind of a wrench thrown in my plans with just a single Guzma. Would kind of throw a wrench in my plan here. Since I only have 1 Metagross, I can only accelerate once. But I think that I should be cool. I just can do back-to-back 130s. Guzma is, like I said, very bad for me, though. I do not want to get Guzma. But unfortunately, I can also, I can Guzma this Buzzwole here for game as well. If I don't have 3 Guzmas in the discard pile, which I might. No, I have 2. So I think we're cool. It might be hard for them to get Weavile out the rest of the game. And Weavile is the one that will really make a big difference here in this matchup. So I think I should be in the clear. But also, if they get a situation where they're like swinging around as well, that could also get scary. So we don't want that. I think Steven's Resolve. Yes, we're going to Steven's this turn. Sledgehammer, that's good. I should be able to just heal, knock out, go from there. I want 2 Max Potions. I want to heal the bench as well. So let's just Steven's while we have it. I want another Max Potion. I want myself another Guzma just in case. And I want myself another Energy, I think is another safe bet. So I think we want that as well. Just in case we get ourselves into some weird situation. Yeah, I only need to take a couple more prizes. So like I should be cool. We should just be able to Max Potion here. We should be able to Max Potion onto the bench as well. And then we should just be able to, let's accelerate Geotech 1 onto the active. And we should be cool. Like, I think the Guzma should ensure us game. I'm going to save this energy in case I get, you know, in case I just need to do something with it. I guess I could guarantee myself win with the Metagross. Oh, I guess if I had a second energy, something like that. I think here is the ideal place to put it. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, And then, yeah, we're just going to Meteor Mash. Take that knockout on the active, 130. Excellent. If my opponent does not Guzma this turn, like, they definitely lose. Right, and they're just going to scoop. Because I have it there with my own Guzma, they can't knock anything out that turn. I have it Guzma on their 60 damage Buzzwole for game because I will be able to do 70 even if they reset my thing. So that is awesome. Pretty cool list. We got to see it kind of work wonders there, even with me having kind of more or less no idea what I was doing. We were able to figure it out on the fly. You know, figure out the Dhelmise and the baby Metagross there. And the baby Metagross really proved its worth there. 170 hit points for a non-GX, just incredible. Is able to hit those numbers with Dhelmise, and I guess you kind of just, you know, get yourself into this ideal board state where you just don't really lose to the Shrine decks with just more or less one Metagross GX in play, and you could just Steven's Resolve for max potions, and you're just doing 130 every time. And unless they're Guzmaing, you know, they're not really resetting anything. And then even if they do Guzma, you can still just, you know, plug away with, you know, 70 damage and it's still two-shotting them. So they're not two-shotting you. And with the max potions, I think that is the ideal situation. So this is Aaron Rucker's list, top 4 from the Oaks, Pennsylvania Regional Championship. Check it out. Pretty cool stuff. Love the Steven's Resolve, one of the best cards in the deck. Easily, very, very good. Hala was cool too. I think Hala in this deck is also just a great addition because you're going to be using early Algorithm GX just all the time. And then this little guy really showing its worth here. What a cool card. Meteor Mash. Just absolutely nutty card. 170 hit points. Very cool stuff. Other than that, the list seemed to work very smoothly. Did what it was supposed to do every game. So great stuff. I didn't really get to use the Solgaleo, unfortunately, though. I think that the Solgaleo is a great option just for one-hit KOing Zoroarks. I mean, I don't think Zoroark really does anything to a Solgaleo-GX. Very, very cool deck, and shout out to Aaron Rucker again for an awesome top 4 performance. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Let me know, what do you guys think of Aaron's deck in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell.